Good evening, Rust Skin enjoyers. I hope you're doing alright, because it's time for Rust Workshop Skin Checks, the Christmas edition, yes. What you see right here is TGG's Holiday 2023 Contest Collection. Basically, this is the official list of all the Christmas submissions, all the skins that are available to be picked from to potentially build up those Christmas Rust stores that we're expecting on the 14th of December and the 21st of December. So this isn't going to be a normal video. I'm not going to look at every single skin. That would be very out of order and it would be unfair to TGG because I couldn't really build up my own collection whilst there's an official collection of all the skins. So at the very least, I can still talk about collection continuations. I can still talk about financials, but it would be incredibly out of order if I looked at every single skin. You're going to need to do that yourself. I'm very sorry, but I'm sure you can understand. Not too long ago, I did basically the exact same thing with the Halloween Rust Workshop skin checks, if you can remember. It wasn't a very big video, which I'm sure many of you are very happy to hear about. But basically, it's going to be a shorter video. We're only specifically looking at the likes of the financials, so only collection continuations. But at the very least, I have picked out some extra skins that I really do want to talk about. I guess you could say they're Hedge's favourites. I don't mean to be biased, but some people have made some pretty cool looking skins, and I do want to kind of show them off, even though they're not actually collection continuations. So as long as I don't show off everything, I feel like that's okay. I'm sure that's fair. But remember, when you go to this page, make sure you say thank you to that German guy for putting it in a nice, presentable, and lovely, straightforward collection right here. Everything's all nice and in order. You're very easily going to be able to hop in, take a look at all of the skins, consider voting yes or no if you happen to like any of them. Please also consider offering a nice comment or two if you happen to really like a skin. Keep those skin creators nice and motivated, and in the future, they'll keep putting out very nice creative designs in the future, because of course, after Christmas, it's a complete brand new year, and that means we're back to normal for the normal weekly routine of many Rust Workshop skin submissions. Sounds good? Understood? Right, so let's just zoom out a bit so I can go up a little bit better. Right then, first of all, I should point out, with the likes of a holiday event, we have got many people who have submitted skins. More specifically, new talent, yes. This is a great opportunity to start building up your followed authors list, because if you more specifically want to show support to newer people trying to get their first ever acceptance, well, let me tell you, we got a lot of newer people that have turned up this for this event. So consider keeping an eye on all the skins that they produced, and if you think they've got some really good talent, or they've got some really cool creative designs that they produced, there's a fairly decent chance that they'll be sticking around after Christmas and putting out more content, so maybe you might want to consider following them. Maybe you might want to offer some nice comments to keep them motivated and want to stick around and keep putting out very cool designs in the future. Understood? All good? Right. But to be able to do that, you're going to have to figure out how to get to this collection, aren't you? Well, I'll show you. So, if we go over to the workshop, the main Rust Workshop page, as you can see right here, there we are. What you'll need to do is hover over Browse right there, click Collection, scroll down a little bit, and you will see that we have the Holiday 2023 contest right there. And there it is. You're there. You're done. There we go. So all 167 skin submissions located right there. Feel free to go take a look at every single one of them on your own time. Sorry. But I'm sure you understand. This is that German guy's collection. I can't, make a video showcasing everything. It would be incredibly out of order. So I'll talk about what I'm good at, and he can have a video showcasing all the skins himself. Or I think he's only going to showcase them when they've been accepted. We shall see. So with 167 skins, we're expecting 2 Christmas Rust stores, as I said, December 14th and the 21st. And on average, we're probably going to have 10 skins each for each Christmas week. So overall, out of 167 skins, you should expect about 20 skins to be accepted. So hop in, start taking a look at all of them, show your support, and we'll see what happens. First Christmas Rust store is in 2 days' time, and of course in 9 days' time we'll have the second one. We don't have Christmas skins for the New Year's Rust store. It's just a normal Rust store, potentially with Christmas items. Not skins, items. I'm talking like festive garlands and whatnot. All right, cool. So we've got that all nice and established. I've got a batch of skins that I've got nicely prepared. They are all collection continuations. We will discuss whether they potentially could be very nice investments, and we will use the likes of scmm.app to help give us a nice visual in regards to all those skins that have come out in the past for those collections. And then, of course, we'll talk about whether it might be a good idea to jump in and make an investment. Sounds good? Okay. So, first things first, I just want to quickly get this established for new skins, new Christmas skins to be precise. Not too long ago, I put this video out. It was about 2 weeks ago. Throughout all of this video, I talk about Halloween skins and Christmas skins. Christmas skins are in the later half, the second half of the video. But basically, overall, in regards to new Christmas skins, they are not good investments. Don't look at the new Christmas rustors and think, I'm going to make a ton of money out of this. No, I'm very sorry to say, but they aren't going to be investments to consider buying into. But considering all the collection continuations that I've just found, we could still see a nice spike in demand, spike in price, if we do happen to see collections continue. Yes, it will happen even with the likes of Christmas skins. It has happened before. So we'll talk about that. I'm sure you're motivated, but you really do need to consider watching this video. It's only 20 minutes long, but after you've watched it, you'll truly understand, okay, maybe it's not wise to consider buying 100 Christmas skins from the new rustors, but maybe wait it out a little while and buy them for cheap during 2024 when they're at their lowest point. Hold on to them for several months. Wait until it's Christmas 2024 time, and well, then you'll make a very nice profit. I did that exactly this year. And don't forget, if you want to learn more about that, consider going to my main YouTube page, click playlists, and consider looking at my Rust Christmas Investing 2023 playlist. It will basically show off how I've basically approached this year and how I expect to make a lot of profit. Understood? All good? And with the most recent video I've made in that collection, I am expecting the actual proper surge in demand, the actual hype for Christmas content is expected to happen with the first Christmas rustor. That was the resolution we figured out in this video. Also, consider watching that if you'd like to. Right, so with that, shall we get started? Shall we actually talk about those collection continuations? He says after talking for about 7 minutes. I'm sorry, but I've got to explain everything. Right, let's hop in. Let's start talking about the first collection continuation, based in the order of what we see here in this collection. That is the Neon Snowflake box. Get a good look at this. Now, unfortunately, Oasis and Schumer didn't give us a proper picture showcasing this along with the likes of the garage door. You can barely see it to the side there, but yes, this is a collection continuation of the Neon Snowflake garage door that we had accepted last year. So why do we go take a look at that? Let's go hop over to here and let's type in Neon Snowflake. Now, I've actually used this as an example to showcase a nice gradual growth of a newer... Oh, I can't seem to find it. Well, okay, let me just go to the previous Christmas. That's not too hard to do. I do believe it was the second week. It's very easy to look at, look around in the past with sem.app. I would definitely recommend that you use it. So here is the Neon Snowflake garage door. As you can see, it's in the positive. Throughout all of this year, it wasn't in the positive because, of course, with newer Christmas skins, well, what happens when it's not Christmas? Who's going to want to use Christmas skins during like March and June and August? Do you understand? It's a bit awkward. So they don't really retain their value, unfortunately. But in the lead up to the next Christmas, yes, they do rise up in price. They do rise up in demand. And this right here is doing ever so nice. Now, if we were to see a collection continuation potentially, this large box, yes, I could see it go up even higher. And let's also go take a proper look at it on the Steam market. So here's the Neon Snowflake garage door, as you can see right here. Currently only 81 of these listed on the Steam market at the price of $3.73. That's the lowest, cheapest listing, as you can see. Now with my extension Steam Inventory Helper, I actually can see a lot more listings. And as we were talking about, if we were to see a collection continuation, we should anticipate the idea that there could be a spike in demand. People might want to buy this, to pair it with the brand new skin. And there's not much resistance. There are hardly any listings, not that much quantity build-up. So basically, if there were to be a whole bunch of people want to buy it, it's easily going to rise up in price. Look at that. It could potentially go all the way up to $5, and I wouldn't be surprised. Now, by default, let me just say this. With the first Christmas rustor, I do expect this to rise up in price regardless. But with the likes of this, as we just talked about, yes, you will probably see the fuel, it will only fuel it stronger. And this potentially could go even higher and higher and higher in price. Now, this skin also happens to be a great example of brand new Christmas Rust skins. So let's just go take a look at its history. So right now you can see it's kind of moving on up quite nicely. But let's look at how it first started off. Because, well, as you can see right there, it didn't do exactly great. But this is what happens with all new Christmas Rust skins. They will go down in price. But again, as we said, who's going to want to use a Christmas skin during the likes of March and whatnot? And that is where its lowest point was. This is expected for all Christmas Rust skins. You will learn all of this in the video I suggest in regards to new Christmas Rust skins. But they will gradually rise up in price because people eventually anticipate the next Christmas, and when we get very close to December, it just goes wild. So here's another little insight in regards to the current state of Christmas skins at the moment. This actually peaked up quite nicely at the very beginning of this month. But that's when loads of people were very optimistic in regards to Christmas skins doing well this year. But last year we had the force wipe on December 1st. This year we had it on December 7th. So it took a while for a lot of people to appear. And all the investors are like, where is everybody? Why aren't they buying my skins? What's going on? So we actually saw the price dip a fair bit. But what's happened very recently is that we've actually seen people buy out the stock that was listed at cheaper prices. So let's just give you a good understanding of what I'm talking about. When people didn't notice any instant demand, they started to unload their stock. They started to list them at lower prices. Well, after a while, all that's been scooped up and bought out, and now it's in a much better position. So if you happen to own any neon Snowflake garage doors and you want to sell them for a profit, I would sit here and say wait at least until the first Christmas rush door. You could potentially wait until the second. And if we do see that appearing, all the better for the likes of that to rise up in price. I didn't mean to click that, but it's all right. It's all good. Little stupid mistake. But yeah, that's looking to be in a prime position. And I've talked about this several times already in my special Christmas Investing 2023 playlist. So keep an eye out. We shall see what happens next. But by default, it is expected to rise up in price with the first Christmas rush door. And, even better when we have the actual Christmas content being added, which I should point out right now, as you look over to here. We are expecting the actual in-game Christmas content to be added on December 16th, 7 o'clock in the evening, UK time. So figure out the time zones and whatnot. But yeah, this is actually appearing 2 days after the Christmas rush door. It's happening on a Saturday. So be aware of all of that. That's when all the nice Christmas stuff is added into the game, and that's where we'll see the first appearance of the Gingerbread building skin, which will be available to everybody for free, but only during this winter event, if that makes sense to all of you. Understood? All good? So we've learned something there. Neon Snowflake garage door seems to be in a very nice position. Let's now take one quick look at that once more, and now move on to the next thing. Here is Milho Fritos Toys Pickups. Toys Pickup Large Box. I mispronounced that. Very sorry. Yes, if we look back over to here, you might have noticed we have the Toys Pickup vending machine. Now, this did very high sales. Let's go take a look at it on the Steam market right now. So bare minimum, this did 28,000 sales. You shouldn't be surprised by something like that happening. You should expect it happening again. There are a lot of Christmas skins that will probably sell very highly, especially compared to what we've seen over the past few months. Autumn, fall seasons have had very low sales for quite some time. But the likes of this, well, this did absurd numbers last year, and unfortunately, again, with a brand new Christmas skin, didn't do very well, but it has picked up recently, exactly like the Neon Snowflake garage door. It hasn't exactly risen to a very, very high price, but again, when we look at the likes of the quantities listed, it's not looking too bad, and out of 116 skins, 50 of them are above $2. So, maybe that actually might rise up in price quite nicely. How much did it sell for? $1.49. Alright, maybe there could potentially be some things working out very well here, but it's all based on the fact that will we actually see the likes of a collection continuation? By default, would the likes of that vending machine go up in price with the first Christmas rush door? I wouldn't be surprised, but how many people are actively craving the likes of a vending machine skin? And I should also point out we do have other vending machine skins that are Christmas themed. So, yeah, and don't be surprised if we potentially see one being accepted maybe next week or, in 2 days' time and next week as well. Who knows? But, yes, this is also another collection continuation. What are your thoughts? What are your feelings? Well, at the very least, things could potentially improve for the vending machine, and if it were, it looks like it could rise up in price ever so easily. Doesn't look like it's going to have that much problem to rise up. So, all good. Shall we move on to the next skin to talk about? We have the likes of the Artisan tree doors made by Sean Mick. Get a good look at this. Last year, we had Sean Mick getting their... Was it your first ever skin acceptance? We can prove that in a second. Yes, he had an Artisan tree single wooden door. And he's decided, you know what? I'm going to go and make a double wooden door, and I'm going to make a big, very cool looking Christmas tree out of it. So it's got a very cool looking wood carving design to it. Do you reckon that potentially might work out all right? Well, consider voting yes or no if you happen to like it. But let's talk about that door. Now, is it in this batch or is it in the other one? It's in the first Christmas rush door of last year. Right, so off we go, taking a look at that. This was the lowest selling skin. Yeah, it's down here, isn't it? Where is it? There it is. Sorry. Oh, no, the tools were lower. Right, so this isn't exactly doing super great, unfortunately. It sold a reasonable amount, but the issue is that people don't seem to like wooden doors that much. I guess it's also not that flashy, unfortunately. You should probably also take that into consideration. So even though we're in December at the moment, this hasn't even really gone up in price that much, unfortunately. And I can just probably show this to you. Yeah, it's like stagnant for a long time. This was actually manipulated back in February, if you're wondering why it's so high here. But over the course of like the rest of this year, hasn't really budged much. It's gone up a little bit recently, but not really anything seems to be going on there. It's unfortunate, but it is what it is. Wooden doors just aren't exactly super in demand. And I get the feeling maybe not everybody is instantly aware that's a Christmas themed skin. Yes, you might sit there and say, but it's in the shape of a Christmas tree. And, well, maybe some people just look at it and say, oh, it's just a tree. If it was called Christmas Artisan Tree Door, then maybe it might have done a bit better. I know I sound a bit silly, but I'm just trying to figure out what potentially could be the reason behind. But anyway, if we were to see a new deplorable potentially being accepted, would the wooden door go up in price much? I don't really think it will. It might go up a bit, but as you can see, over the past year, it hasn't really changed. Doesn't seem to have that much demand. It's unfortunate, but at the end of the day, if we were to see another cool-looking artisan door, I don't think people would be too fussed and too upset with the likes of that. So best of luck to you, Mr. Sean Mick. If you happen to like what you see, please consider voting yes or no. Moving on, what do we have next? Ah, yes, this is where we really need to talk. Gingerbread skins, yes. So Mr. FaZe, over the past, 3 or 4 years, he's been very successful with his gingerbread doors. Here we are, Mr. FaZe, that's correct. He has produced 3 gingerbread doors. Now, if we could quickly hop back over to here, I have been talking about gingerbread skins quite a lot this past year, because we are expecting some very interesting things to happen. Here you go, this video specifically. Don't play any sound, there you go. If you watch this video, I basically talk about the very interesting developments we're going to have when the actual Christmas content is added. That gingerbread building skin is going to be introduced. It's going to be available to everybody. And guess what? Doesn't come with doors, does it? I wonder where people are going to get gingerbread doors from. There you go. Now you get it. So he has been very successful in getting his gingerbread door skins being accepted, and now we've got a new one that's just been, produced. Guys, I wouldn't be surprised if we potentially do see quite a lot of gingerbread themed stuff being accepted for the first Christmas Rush door, and of course the second one, but yeah. We're getting a gingerbread building skin being added. Of course we're going to get some gingerbread skin, surely. And again, in my playlist, I've talked about the likes of wanting to invest into these skins. And if we were to see a new skin being accepted, so here we are, this is the gingerbread wooden double door. Get a good look at that. As you can see, it does glow in the dark. Very nice, very cool. And it would add to the collection. So therefore, the deplorable collection gets stronger, and therefore, you've got a new skin available for likes of when, the new Christmas content comes out. So overall, I do think things are going to work out very nicely. Not just for the likes of the door skins, but basically all the skins that are gingerbread themed. So go take a look at the likes of Gingerbread Garage Door right here. Let's get a good look at you. Right now, you're selling for just under $3, if I'm correct. Yes, you are. Only $129 on the Steam market, and that's not too crazy. You look at the likes of the resistance. There's no resistance. All the quantity is thin, and I do believe there's... it's all just very spread out. There are a lot of listings, but it is very well spread out, and I wouldn't be surprised in the slightest by default when the actual Christmas content is added, that's going to be going up in price. But if we were to see a continuation appear, yes, even better for it. Now that applies to all 3 of the gingerbread doors that you see here. Sheet metal doors also somewhat cheap and available, so if you're still looking for a potential investment, I wouldn't say no to the likes of this. Now, I've already made a point that I've already invested into the likes of gingerbread skins. I specifically waited until when the Christmas content was coming out. I've already talked about all of this. Consider watching my Christmas Investing 2023 playlist. Look at the gingerbread video. You will understand my whole plan as I talked about it back then, and here I am basically reiterating it all over again. But all of this looks like it's just going to get bought out. Yeah, so we shall see, but again, without the likes of a gingerbread door coming with the building skin, people are going to have to buy these. And if we do get a new door skin being added, all the better. So all the gingerbread skins that you see here very, very likely will be spiking in demand, spiking in price based on what we're going to receive. So things are looking ever so nice and ever so interesting. We'll see what happens next. And so best of luck to you, Mr. FaZe. And if you've already prepared for that, good job. If you haven't, well, you're probably a newer person. You might have missed out on some great profits, but if you stick around and listen to Hedge long enough, you'll probably also make some very nice profits. Cool looking skin phase. If you happen to like what you see, please consider voting yes or no. Right, here we go. This is Duck's continuation of the armoured door that he had accepted last year. So let's go take a look at that. So as you notice on the scmm.app, I go to the top right, and then I can just freely click through the years, and oh, it's right there. If only I was smart enough to notice where I was. Anyway, so what we have here is an armoured door. Very straightforward design, nothing wrong with that. Let's go take a look at its current state on the Steam market. So straightforward neon designs do tend to do quite alright in regards to door skins, and with a sheet metal door, I wouldn't be surprised if it does alright as well, but do be aware, brand new skins do suffer, and you'll see it with the likes of this armoured door here in a second. So this only has 84 content in the Steam market. Basically the exact same thing for what we've already seen with all the other skins. It's all spread out. There are no big fat quantities. This armoured door very likely could be going up in price ever so nicely. And if we do see the likes of a brand new skin being added to the potential brand new collection, yes, because that would be the second skin to be accepted, all the better for that armoured door. So get a good look at that. If you happen to like it, please consider voting yes or no. Best of luck to you, Mr. Duck. But with the likes of this armoured door here, I also want to show off its history. And again, much like the Neon Snowflake garage door, goes down in price instantly, reaches a low point at some point in springtime, then starts to spike up, then starts to rise up. And yes, this was at a higher price earlier, about a month ago, but again, if we get that first Christmas rush door, if we do get that sheet metal door being accepted, all the better for this to rise up in price. Do you feel like that's a nice opportunity to jump into? Well, consider jumping in and buying it now, whilst you can. Right. So, where do we go from now? We're going to go to the likes of the Cozy Penguin Rock. So technically speaking, this isn't actually a continuation based on a previous Christmas skin. Rather, Keka, over the past year, has been producing a ton, here you go, I'll show it to you, a ton of these pet rock skins. We've had a whole bunch of these being made, but only 2 have been accepted. Well, with our little penguin friend, earlier this year there was a submission of him, didn't work out unfortunately, but now we have a new version where he's all nice and cozy with his nice little scarf and his Santa hat. So just wanted to point out where the collection continuation was. So let's back out of there. Let's go over back to him. Look at it. Don't you just want to hold him, caress him, go on wonderful adventures with him, call him Pingu. So yeah, that's a very cute little idea right here. And we don't get many penguin themed skins, do we? So hey, if you need it, consider voting yes or no. It's up to you. But overall, in terms of will there be a spike in demand for all the other pet rock skins? No, not exactly. If anything, they are like fighting for your love. So a new pet rock appearing only causes more problems for the other pet rock skins. I know that sounds incredibly silly, but just understand they don't rise up in price if you get a new pet rock. They compete with each other for your love, alright? But do you like what you see? Consider showing support to Mr. Keka. If you need a penguin in your life, consider voting for him. And maybe, just maybe, we'll see it being accepted. It's cute, come on now. And like I said, we don't really see we don't see that many varied ideas. It's always like Santa or some gift wrapped sort of thing, or a Christmas tree or a gingerbread. That's it usually. Snowman. Yeah, it's normally just those same ideas. This one's different. So, as I said, if you like what you see, please consider showing your support. Please consider voting yes or no. Let's now move on. So we have the Yeti AK47. I don't know why I said it that way. But yeah, do you remember the hoodie and pants that were accepted quite some time back? We did see the likes of some tier 3 being submitted last year as a continuation, but that wasn't accepted, unfortunately. But Mishka and Svonspa, they're looking to try and see if they could get something else accepted. Maybe an AK47 that's mostly white, with a very useful red aim sight right there. Ooh. So let's go take a look at that hoodie and pants, and let's start questioning how things might turn out. So, Yeti, please. Please, show it to me. There we go. So we've got the Yeti collection. Now, I get the feeling some people like to use this as an alternative to whiteout hoodie and pants. Remember, when you're wearing the whiteout like armor and whatnot, it's going to cover all the blue stuff. So I get the feeling that worked out all right over time. But yes, if we were to see a continuation and even an AK, yeah, I could imagine that might get a bit of a spike in demand, spike in price. So let's go take a look at both of these. So weirdly, the hoodie is more expensive than the pants. Not fully sure about that, or in terms of the reason behind it. But yep, only 102 quantity on Steam market. There's nothing there. There's nothing there. So, if we were to see the AK being accepted, will everything work out all right? Will this magically do amazing? Well, I could imagine there'll be a bit of a bump in price, but I don't think it would have been as good as the likes of Tier 3. And as I said, there was Tier 3 submitted last year, but it wasn't accepted. It was unfortunate, but it is what it is. But an AK could still give it a bit of a bump. So looking at the pants, as we see here, again, pretty much the exact same thing. Maybe it might work out all right. Do you want to dress up like a Yeti? Well, at least you got an AK47 now to go with it. You know, hunt down all those wretched humans. So, cool. Best of luck to you, Mr. Mishka, Mr. Svonspa. Let's go back over to here. Very cool, nice, mostly white design, and we'll see how that turns out this Christmas. So, again, if you happen to like what you see, please consider voting yes or no. We shall see what happens next. Moving on, what do we have here? It's the Evil Snowman LR300. This is made by Little Ranger and Graham Cohen, and with this collection link right here, you can see we've had quite a successful batch of skins being accepted. We had the likes of the AK47, then the L96, and then last year we had the Evil Snowman SAR, and now we've moved on to the likes of the LR300. Get a good look at him. Very nice, sinister, and cool looking. Aim down the sight, where's that? Aim down the sight, there we go, perfect, and red aim sight, perfection. I'm pretty sure a lot of people will be appreciating that, but we do need to go take a look at the Evil Snowman collection. It is mostly consisting of, well, it is just weapons. It's just weapons. So that tends to immediately be a bit of a problem. We've talked about this many times in the past in regards to previous Rust Workshop skin checks. When there's a collection that only consists of weapons, they don't tend to work out very nicely. And unfortunately, during the likes of Christmas time, they haven't really risen up in price that much. If we were to see the LR300 being accepted, could we see a nice bump in demand? I think we could. It wouldn't be insane, but I honestly think the main reason why these might go up in price is the fact that we have the Christmas Rust Store and, of course, the likes of the Christmas in-game content being added. So it would be a nice welcome addition, but I don't think an LR300 is going to change the world for the likes of this. And also, of course, once Christmas has come and gone, these will go back down in price again. Be prepared for that. So, yeah, very nice to see. If you happen to be a fan of the design, if you happen to like this, please consider showing your support. Best of luck to you, Little Ranger and Graham Cohen. Please consider voting yes or no, and we'll see what happens next. So that right there was, in fact, the last continuation that I'm aware of, all right? I just want to reiterate that I'm aware of. If I happen to have missed any of you skin creators' collection continuations, based on you've had a skin accepted a previous Christmas, you've made a collection continuation for this Christmas, please tell me, consider commenting below, share a link of the previous skin that you've produced and a link to the newer skin you made. I could still at least show off in the Rust or rotation video that I'm going to do in 2 days' time. So you still get your spotlight, but only to genuine collection continuations. Understood? All good? So we've talked a lot about financials. Maybe I can just show off some skins that I happen to like. So that's what I'm going to do real quickly. I don't want to dawdle for too long because, as I said, I did want this to mainly specifically be talking about the likes of financials. So let's hop in. Let's go take a look at Hedge's picks. So, I would like to see some more primitive skins. Earlier this year, we had Y9J producing the likes of the Pirate Collection, didn't he? He made the Pirate, mostly black collection. People appreciated it. We got the full set, basically, and, well, it's doing quite all right. Then, very recently, we saw the likes of the, what was it? It was Desert Beast clothing, didn't we? We had burlap, we had the poncho. So he's proven to be quite successful getting primitive skins accepted. Why not some nice early game white clothing, hide clothing to be specific? And as you can see, blends in ever so nicely with the likes of the Snowman helmet. So what do you think? Are you a fan of that? Do you like what you see? Please consider showing your support. Vote yes or no. Moving on, we have the likes of the Christmas hide halterneck and... Okay, yeah, it was halterneck and skirt. Now, the reason why I brought this up is I'm a big fan in regards to items that don't get that many skins. Halterneck and skirt have like 2 skins each and that's it. No, I think halterneck has like 1. So could we potentially see some ever so lovely fitting clothing for the female characters? Come on, Face Punch. Give me a skirt. I wouldn't say no, but like, yeah, we don't really have any like female specific clothing. And I guess a lot of you male characters would want to wear it anyway. But yeah, we don't have any halter neck skins, and we have hardly any skirts, so I thought it'd be a nice thing to just showcase. If you happen to like Confusion's Christmas hide halter neck and skirt, please consider showing your support. Vote yes or no. Let's move on. And here is the Santa jacket made by Kosem. Now, this just happens to blend in ever so nicely with the Christmas gang hoodie and pants, and I'm pretty sure that was his intention. So, a big, fat jacket, perfectly fit for likes of Santa. How could you say no to that? I actually think that's a very cool looking idea. Not going to be very helpful in terms of wanting to blend in like the Arctic environments and whatnot, but at the end of the day, it's got to be Christmas themed, and, well, it looks like it blends in very nicely with some skins that already exist. What are your thoughts? What do you think? Are you a fan of it? Well, please consider voting yes or no. Best of luck to you, Mr. Kosem. Then we have 3 fridges. Yes, I'm actually going to show off all the fridges because I like all of them. I think we got some very, very cool designs. Now, I'm not surprised that we've been seeing quite a lot of fridge skins recently based on the fact that we had the very cool Fridge from Hell being accepted for Halloween. Well, you know what? We got some spectacular candidates for Christmas. So get a good look at this postcard fridge right here. When you move, the interior, it appears it moves as well. Oh, wow, isn't that cool? Yes, it's got some transparency so you can see the interior. So once you move along, you can see how the inside seems to move with it. Initially, I thought it was holographic. I got tricked. That is some very good trickery there. So, yeah, do you like that? Victor Trigger, I think you've got a pretty cool looking design right there. I'm a fan of what I've just seen. So if you like that, please consider voting yes or no. And as you can see, this also does glow in the dark. Let's get a much darker image. I don't think we can. Okay, it does glow in the dark. Just wanted to point that out. Now, the other fridge skin I wanted to point out is Nice Nutcracker, made by Snake Eyes. Perfectly straightforward, not crazy, not super in your face, but it's a very straightforward design. Nutcrackers are very notable in regards to Christmas themes and whatnot. I feel like that's a perfectly straightforward design. I thought it also deserved a good shout out because at the end of the day, not everything has to be super flashy and super in your face. It can be very nice and grounded, and it can be somewhat straightforward. What else needs to be said? So, very cool looking design, but there is competition, right? So best of luck to you, Snake Eyes. Please consider voting yes or no if you happen to like this. So what is that competition? Well, I have brought it up earlier in a previous video, and I'll bring it up again. This is the Frosty's fridge made by Cubist, Evic Zara, and Alma Tadema. Guys, this is probably one of the most unique ideas I've ever seen, especially for Christmas. That is a snow globe design. Yes, it's a fridge. I know it's a cuboid, but look at it. Now, this also glows in the dark, but yeah, as you walk around it, you can see the interior, you can see trees, you can see snow, you can see the snowman. That is amazing. That is a very cool idea. And yes, glows in the dark perfectly. I can't imagine that not being accepted. So, that is not only a very unique, cool looking idea, it also looks amazing. Plus, it'll keep your food nice and cold. Oh, yes. So, yeah, very cool looking design right there. Are you a fan? Please consider voting yes or no. Best of luck to you, 3. But yeah, that really did stand out to me. But all the fridges did. I thought they were all very nice ideas and designs, but I can't help but point out I feel like that potentially is maybe the better one in terms of my eyes. Don't want to sound mean. I don't want to sound biased, but come on. Right, moving on. What do we have next? Ah, yes, the bearskin rug, the gingerbread bearskin rug. So I was expecting a lot of gingerbread skins being produced for this Christmas batch. As I have said and mentioned earlier, we are getting the gingerbread building skin being added for this event. And, well, Mr. Spinoza, you thought of a pretty cool idea for a bearskin rug. Now, we don't have many of these bearskin rug skins. Let me just kind of show this to you. We've got like 4. Because, like, in theory, what type of design can you even do for a bearskin? I can't seem to find it. If I just type in bear, will it? There you go, rug bearskin. There you go. So yeah, we only have 4. 1, 2, 3. Okay, we have 4. Yeah, 4 marketable bearskins. We've got the panda rug, teddy bear rug, werewolf rug, and then we have the zombie bearskin rug. That's all. All right, that's all. So in your head, could you think of a very cool idea for a bearskin rug? Skin? Yeah, I don't think you can think of many on the top of your head. But considering what we're about to get in game and whatnot, Spinoza, you took the opportunity and, well, I can't say no to it. There's nothing wrong with it. It's a bit goofy, but we have gingerbread skins anyway, don't we? So again, I wouldn't be surprised in the slightest that potentially is accepted. You thought of a cool idea, you made it, and it's perfectly befitting of what we're about to see in game, screw it. Yeah. So we potentially might get a brand new bearskin rug, and I don't think people would complain too much. Yeah, I mean, you do like to use them in your base to keep you all nice and comfy. Well, now you can make it smell ever so lovely as well. So, yeah, that was a good little shout out there. Best of luck to you, Mr. Spinoza. And if you happen to like what you see, please consider voting yes or no. Snowman sheet metal door, very nice straightforward design. Again, I just wanted to showcase some more straightforward designs that I feel like potentially have a very good chance of being accepted. Not super flashy, very straightforward, cute little straightforward design. Like something like that I wouldn't really complain about. And again, very straightforward but perfectly befitting of the likes of Christmas. So, yeah, best of luck to you, CD. If you happen to like what you see here, please consider voting yes or no. Then we have the Christmas night garage door. Now, I had to kind of question how I'd want to, if I wanted to show this. That actually led me to thinking, you know what, I could just have some Hedge picks. This technically could be a continuation of the Halloween garage door that we had accepted earlier this year. What are you on about? Well, I'll show you right now. So if we go over to the first week of Halloween, week 1, Halloween Rust Door this week. Yeah, okay, cool. Grim Farm Garage Door. Do you remember this? Do you remember how perfectly well-themed it was in regards to Halloween? It looked very cool, very sinister look, perfectly fitting for Halloween. Well, Mr. Johnny Oldboy has actually gone ahead and made that very cool-looking garage door that we just saw there a minute ago. There it is. Yep. So basically, very similar in terms of design, but you know what? That looks a whole lot more comforting. That looks a whole lot more like serene and peaceful, and I reckon that's got a very good chance of potentially being accepted. What do you think? Do you like what you see here? Well, once again, I'll point out, please consider voting yes or no if you happen to be a fan of it. Best of luck to you, Johnny old boy. But yeah, honestly, I kind of can't say no. That looks very nice. But we did have something very similar back in Halloween. But maybe that might fuel it. Maybe that might work out all right for it. If he gets this accepted, I wouldn't be surprised if we potentially have like a Easter skin next year. Right, so best of luck to you. And let's move on to the next skin. Here we have the likes of the Santa Bone Club. So yeah, I do like to bring up items that don't get many skins. We have a reasonable amount of Bone Club skins, but Mr. Vase, Mr. Lynx, you've gone and produced a very cool looking Santa Bone Club. Look at him. He's got a very big fat nose, but you know what? Screw it. Very cute, very unique idea. And yeah, I feel like that's got a fairly decent chance of being accepted. If you like it, well, please consider voting yes or no. Best of luck to you two. Then we have a longsword. Yeah, I've been complaining about this for a long time. Longswords aren't exactly like... what's the word to say? They're not like not supported anymore, but like skin creators just don't seem to want to make longsword skins anymore. So let me just quickly show you this to you. Longsword skins, when was the last one to be accepted? Here we go. Oh, damn it. How did I screw that up? My apologies. Right, here we go. We've got like, 6 skins, and the last one to be accepted was back in 2017. I don't know why skin creators gave up on them, and we don't really see any submissions for them anymore. So I had to give a bit of a spotlight to the likes of this design over here, made by Vlek. You got a very cool version 1 with the gingerbread snowman, gingerbread tree and whatnot with the gingerbreads. Again, perfectly befitting of the brand new gingerbread building skin that's to be expected soon. You could dress up as gingerbread men and wield those swords and just attack random people. Yeah, that's perfectly in line with Christmas. That's how we enjoy the traditions. Yeah, anyway, moving on. That is the version 1. I should also point out there is a version 2. So you got like a lot more colourful design with the wrapping and whatnot, but it still keeps the gingerbread men. So yeah, cool. Do you like it? Please consider voting yes or no for either one of them. And yeah, we shall see if we get a brand new longsword skin after, 6 years now? And then lastly, what do we have here? Oh yeah, I remember this. Upor and Hypermonster made a very nice, snug-looking, knitted AK47. So to keep their AK nice and warm during those cold winter months, they gave it a nice little sweater. Look at it. I like to moan about how many AKs we see being accepted every single month, every single year. But you know what? In terms of a nice, unique approach for a nice, silly, goofy idea, how can you say no to that? So not only will it be warm, but your hands will be warm as well, and nice and snug and comfy. So yeah, what do you think? Are you a fan? Do you happen to like what you see? Well, please consider voting yes or no. Show your support to them. Best of luck to you too. And yeah, that's a wrap in regards to my Hedge picks. So I hope you've enjoyed this video. Sorry if it was a bit rambly, but you know, at least it was a lot shorter compared to what we normally go through. Right, so just to reiterate this one more time. We are expecting 2 Christmas Rustles on the 14th of December and on the 21st of December. All right, understood? However, the actual in-game Christmas content is not coming out until December 16th, 7 o'clock in the evening, UK time. So that's this Saturday. All right, you are aware of this now? Cool? Good? Awesome. So I just wanted to reiterate that one more time, just so you got it in your head and whatnot. All good? And as you are aware, as I previously mentioned, that is when all the actual Christmas content is added into the game, and that is where we'll see the first appearance ever of the Gingerbread building skin. But it's whilst it's available to everybody, so it's completely free, it's only going to be around during the Christmas event. And we know when we have like January 4th swipe, gone. So enjoy it whilst you can. Go grab all those Gingerbread themed skins whilst you can. I wouldn't be surprised if other people want to buy them when we clearly have it added to the game. But yeah, you know, there's a lot of investments you could make, and there's a lot of profits that you potentially could enjoy. It's all in your hands. What do you do next? I'm sure you're going to appreciate it. And once more, can we say thank you to that German guy for producing this list? It's his. So just wanted to reiterate that one more time. It's not mine, it's his. Show your support. Say some nice comments, and yeah, that's it. That's everything I needed to say. I feel like I've said more than enough. I think this video is going to be like 40 minutes long, so all right, all good. So enjoy Christmas. I hope you look forward to the likes of the first Christmas Rustle, and let's see if we actually get a nice spike in demand, spike in price for all Christmas theme skins. Hopefully. I really do need to make some profits. All right, best of luck. Catch you later. See you, goodbye.